It was just past midnight when my phone buzzed on the nightstand. Half asleep, I squinted at the screen. A text from my mom's friend, Mrs. Hayes. "Don't tell her you're coming down." That was it. No context. No emoji. No follow-up. My first thought was, what on earth? Mrs. Hayes was one of my mom's closest friends, someone who always smiled too wide and asked too many questions at family gatherings. But midnight texts weren't her style. Curiosity burned through my sleepiness. I got up, pulled on a hoodie, and tiptoed downstairs. The living room light was off, but I could see a faint glow from the kitchen. When I reached the bottom step, I froze. Mrs. Hayes was sitting at the table, crying. My mom wasn't there. Just her. "Mrs. Hayes?" I said quietly. She looked up, startled. Her face was red, eyes glassy. Then she sighed, half laughing through tears. "I told you not to come down." "I was worried," I said. "What's going on?" She wiped her face and shook her head. "Your mom doesn't know I came by. She's been avoiding me. I just didn't want her to worry tonight." I pulled out a chair and sat down. "Avoiding you? Why?" She hesitated. "Because I owe her money. More than I can repay right now. She lent it to me last year when my husband left. I promised I'd pay her back as soon as I could. But things just got worse." Her voice cracked. "Tonight I was driving past and saw her light off. I just needed to say thank you somehow. But I didn't want to wake her." She slid a small paper bag across the table. Inside was a half-eaten cake, the kind my mom loved, chocolate ganache with raspberry filling. "I baked it myself," she whispered. "It's all I could give." For a moment, I didn't know what to say. This woman, who looked so strong at every party, was breaking apart right in front of me over something as simple as a debt and a cake. Then I said softly, "You know, my mom doesn't care about the money." Mrs. Hayes blinked at me. "What do you mean?" "She told me once, some debts aren't meant to be repaid in cash. I think she just wanted you to be okay." She let out a small, shaky laugh. "That sounds like her." I smiled. "You should tell her that yourself." Mrs. Hayes shook her head. "Not tonight." So, I wrote a small note, tore a piece from my notepad, and slipped it inside the cake box. "She still believes in you. Don't give up." Mrs. Hayes watched me do it, then wiped her eyes again. "Thank you, sweetheart," she whispered, and left quietly. The next morning, I found the cake on the counter. Mom was standing there, arms folded, staring at it. "She came by," she said without turning. I nodded. She lifted the note, read it once, and her eyes softened. "You know. I was angry," she admitted. "Not because she didn't pay me back, but because she stopped talking to me. I thought I lost my friend." I said nothing. Mom smiled faintly. "Maybe I didn't." She picked up her phone and started typing. A few seconds later, I heard her whisper. "Hey, come over for breakfast. I miss you." That morning, the smell of pancakes and laughter filled the house again. When Mrs. Hayes walked in, her eyes were swollen but bright. Mom hugged her like no time had passed. There were no apologies. Just warmth. Just people trying to rebuild what had been quietly broken. Later, as I sipped my coffee, I thought about that midnight text. "Don't tell her you're coming down." Maybe she said it out of shame. But I was glad I didn't listen. Because sometimes, kindness means showing up quietly, when someone least expects it. And reminding them they still belong. Moral. Even when pride, fear, or mistakes build walls between people, compassion has the power to open the door again. Sometimes, it takes just one small act, One conversation at midnight, to bring light back into someone's life.